the strange, the bizarre, the supernatural. Missing 411. A retired police officer named David Paulides noticed similarities in unsolved disappearances occurring near national parks. Just a few of these common traits are that none of the victims left behind a scent trail for search dogs to find. Search parties will spend months looking for them, and the bodies are never recovered. Sometimes their clothes are found in an area that had already been searched hundreds of times before. Paulides went on a personal mission to solve these mysteries, or to at least gather as much information as humanly possible. He compiled his findings in his book series called Missing 411. He's also gone on to film a documentary. Out of respect for the families, Paulides never shares his own personal theories about what happened to these people. Fans of his work try to use these cases as proof of Bigfoot, aliens, or interdimensional wormholes. Some think it could be a clan of cannibals living in the wilderness, or maybe they were dragged off by mountain lions or bears. The strangest cases, though, are when these people are found alive to tell their story, and yet there is still no logical explanation for why they disappeared. Stephen Kubacki. In February 1977, a 24-year-old man named Stephen Kubacki was cross-country skiing through the snow near Lake Michigan. Once he reached the edge of the lake, he took his skis off to sit down and rest. When he got up to leave, his own tracks were gone, and he became lost. The last thing he remembers was walking through the snow, feeling numb and exhausted. He blacked out. In the blink of an eye, it was spring. He was lying in a grassy field in the middle of a forest, wearing clothes that weren't his. Sitting next to him was a stranger's backpack containing running shoes and glasses that did not belong to him either. He hiked to the nearest town and asked a local resident where he was. They told him he was in Pittsfield, Massachusetts, 700 miles away from where he had been skiing. His aunt and father lived in Pittsfield, so he knocked on his aunt's door. His family was in shock, hugging him and asking where he had been. Kubacki had been missing for 14 months. When Kubacki had first gone missing, the search team found his poles and skis at the edge of the lake. There was only one set of his footprints leading toward the water, but none walking away. They could only assume he drowned himself in the freezing lake. He had been missing for so long, everyone assumed he must be dead. The official explanation is that he had amnesia and that he was wandering in a fugue state. But even doctors are baffled by this case. It's incredibly rare for someone to lose their memory of such a large chunk of time, and it still leaves so many unanswered questions. His story was included in a psychology case study in a book about amnesia, but even experts have been unable to figure out what actually happened. Kubacki had already earned a degree in linguistics before he went missing, but he was so fascinated by his own case that he went on to earn his PhD in psychology. He wanted answers about his own disappearance, and yet he still couldn't find them. Solving the mystery of his missing year became an obsession, and he went on to publish a book called Meta-Mathematical Foundations of Existence, Gödel, Quantum, God Beyond. In it, he writes about the possibility of alternate universes. In the United States, more than 600,000 people go missing annually, according to the National Missing and Unidentified Persons System. As always, thanks for watching.